Hi everybody. Okay, so we're quite a small group. We've been around for 30 years or more, and we've had acquired vesting of this area in 1993. And the wetland areas that we look after have a very small patch of sandy upland, and the red blob there shows down in Baldivis. So this is a site here at Maramanup. We've had a 0.7 hectare area that we had fenced by Department of Planning, because it's Department of Planning land on that particular area, and we had some money from Parks and Wildlife through this project for plants and guards. So our objective was to restore that area as best we could with Banksia, Woodland, and thanks to Bronwyn and Greg, they provided us with a list of 85 species that they thought would be suitable for that area. So what we did, we planted 30 plus species of the 85. We couldn't get a lot of them, and with the amount of money we couldn't afford to have all of them with a suitable number. So we planted 7,500 seedlings, and we were able to get at least 14 species with 200 or more that were surviving after the 2 years. And because it's only a small patch next to the wetland, we wanted to make sure we had at least 200 of each individual species as best we could anyway, just so it could be sustainable in the area. So there was a few Banksias, Davipogan, Schultzia, Kunzia, Gomphallobium and Conostylus were some of the species that we got more than 200 surviving. There was a lot of species, obviously, that we couldn't get the 200, so they're listed there. So these are all the species that we're able to plant in this small area. I won't read them all out, you can look at them. So, our challenges. We had many challenges, but this is the one I've picked for today, otherwise Julie will be on to me. So we've got 40 or more. I think last time I spoke we had 30 or more in the mob, but they seem to be reproducing, so we now have 40 plus kangaroos in our mob, and occasionally we have up to 17 stray sheep that just come in and do more damage than the kangaroos. So our solution at this point is a really solid fence around the main revegetation area, and we've got the little the 1 metre guards for the Banksia littoralis under the gum trees near the water's edge. So we've been pretty pleased with our revegetation, and we've had a lot of invertebrates come back in, and a few birds and such. I haven't got photographs of everyone that's come back in. We're not sure about the pollinators yet, the big bird pollinators, the honey eaters, but we'll keep an eye out and look out for them. We've also had some negative animals come back in, and I didn't put a photograph up here, but we've captured them on our remote cameras. We've had foxes digging under the fences. So they've gone into our re-veg area and gone, whoa, this is good. We can just hide in here and grab something. So that's unfortunate. So here's just a snapshot of some of our flowering plants. And so this is a picture of the site before we got started. Looked like this in aerial photographs since 1950s. So the tree there's a Kunzia, so we think it's over 50 years old. And there was a little Jacksonia in there which didn't like us sort of treating around it, so that didn't last. But yeah, that's all the site had on it. So after 6 months, this is what it started to look like. Oh, okay. And this is what it looks like now. So we've got some pretty spectacular effects. And we were very excited in February to discover that one of the plants that we didn't expect to find yet flowering is now flowering on 10 individual species, and it's only 20 months old. And so these are the photos from the site. And that's Banksia menziesii, as you probably all know from all the other photographs. And so we're pretty happy about very young plants. So thanks to all the volunteers and members, Departments of Planning and Parks and Wildlife for advice, support, seeds, plants, fence materials, and Helen and Mark, who are in the audience here, for all their knowledge, experience and dedication to planting, watering and weeding.